Hey guys, welcome back to Tarot by Cherie. How are my big, beautiful white lights doing today? All right, we're going to get started on today's reading right away and see what Spirit has. I hope everybody's doing well. All right, this is like what's coming to mind for me right now is be careful what you wish for. All right, because I'm seeing something here that you manifested in. This has something to do with a person or a group of people that these are maybe your friends, okay, that are turning out to be not good for you. Someone or a group of people brought in this tower moment for someone out there. All right, you're trying to balance something out. You're trying to balance something out that is unbalanceable. Okay, you're dealing with people who are not on your level. They're yeah, they don't unfortunately they don't have any they don't know wrong from right, or they pretend not to. They're not doing good things, okay? They're not doing good things. They're bringing in a lot of negative energy for you, all right? This is really bad energy. And even still, you're staying, as long as you're staying in this circle or this cycle with these persons or person, you will not be able to balance your life out, or anything for that matter, okay? And for whatever reason, you're attracting this sort of person into your life, okay? So it's time to look at the whole picture, all right? And stop trying to put a band-aid on this, because this is, you're dealing with this kind of energy, okay? This is not something you just fix or balance, okay? And you're dealing with this energy that belongs to this person or people, all right? So you might want to rethink, for me, guys, I'd rather have one or two friends in my life that I could trust with my life, and vice versa, that treat me well, that I know what I can and can't expect from them. And, versus having, 20 fake friends that are not really, for my betterment. Okay, let's move on. I'm seeing somebody working you're working diligently, okay? Your mindset is you just want wealth. You just want to keep working and socking your money away. That's what you're doing, all right? And you feel like eventually you will be taking a vacation. You will have the monies to do so because of your hard work and your work ethic, okay? The Four of Pentacles tells us that you need to let go of something, all right? And you're in the process of doing that now. For a lot of my aquas, I do see movement with your letting go of things that are no longer serving you, all right? That is going to put you in a position where you're going to be able to have a lot more focus on what you want to happen in life, what fire you're going to light underneath your situation to bring in and to manifest the things that you want. And these things, there's no cap on this. You can bring in anything you want. You can bring in wealth. You can bring in health. You can bring in all these things will just automatically feel like a new start, okay? Because these are all things. Think of all the things you're not used to having. This is what you're able to have now. This is what you're able to manifest in. And it wouldn't shock me to see that the next cards are going to be the card of manifestation. But better than that, we have the wheel, okay? When we get the wheel, we quickly understand that really good things are coming next to the Four of Wands, guys. Now, the Four of Wands is about happiness. It's about joy. It's about having good people in your life that you are celebrating with, that are supportive, that you are supporting, okay? So also I'm seeing this King of Cups here and the Page of Wands, all right? The Page of Wands is good news. It's about you thinking big. It can also be, if you're single, that you can expect new love, okay? And if you're seeking a new job, this is a good omen. Seeing the Page of Wands. This is someone who's very intelligent. And with the Empress next to this card, it makes it so much more powerful. It gives it so much more energy behind all of what I just mentioned, okay? And then you have, let's not forget the Wheel. The Wheel we have to spend some time on. This is wealth and prosperity, but it's also protection. It's the angels in the angelic realms. There's an angel in all four corners, and they are protecting massive wealth out there that will be coming back to the people. Speaking of which, yesterday I forgot at the end of the reading, and I hope I don't do it again. I always forget because I get engrossed in the reading and in the cards. All right, but I wanted to talk about that. I do have a heads up on when some cool things are coming in for us. All right, so I'm going to try to remember at the end of the reading. Also, guys, I do offer personal readings. If you're interested, you can click on the description below the video to see what readings I offer. And yeah, then you can email me. All right, so I am seeing some stuckness around somebody's going through a setback, it looks like today. All right, you're going through a setback and it looks like you held back. You wanted to say something that you needed to say, and the fear took over you. All right, now I just want to say there's some of you, some of my beautiful aquas that are so good-hearted and so kind that you sometimes don't say anything. You stay quiet. All right, there are times when you need to stand up for yourself, okay? Because you're probably vibrating very high. Those of us who have, worked on ourselves, have a really high frequency, we don't act like, other people. We don't have outbursts of anger, and we don't put people down, and we're not reactive, I should say. Like say somebody screams at you through the car window and curses at you, hey, you, blah, 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 right? Most people would react to that, right? That gets you angry. Somebody's cursing at you and you feel the need, and it's your ego, by the way, that gets involved there, right? You feel the need to protect yourself, and not only that, but to stand up for yourself. But there's a way to stand up for yourself where your ego isn't involved, okay? Because when we react like that instantly, that we didn't really give it any thought. We just became a reaction. The other side of the coin is when you're real high frequency, you'll get good at this. You will just be able to say to yourself while somebody's screaming at you, all right, well, this person's nuts, or this person's going bonkers, or what have you. So how do I want to react to this? And you take a second and you think about it, and then you're not a reaction, but you have chosen how you want to react. So two different things there, guys. All right, so but I do see that there's a setback here with you, and you could have stood up for yourself just by saying, I am not going to tolerate that, and walking away, or I don't know your circumstance, but very calmly telling the person, I don't do anger. I don't do back and forth. I don't need to be here or listen to this, okay? And it's extract yourself. And that's as simple as it gets, right? You can just do that. It saves you emotionally, too. You're not expending your energy on this person and just getting yourself all worked up into a tizzy, right? But there's something that you do want, all right, that is it's not coming about for you because you're not speaking up. You need to speak up, okay? Speaking up for yourself is like drawing a boundary, all right? And if you're just quiet, people are going to see you. You are high vibrating, but people are going to see you as a target, all right? Low vibrating people see that as a weakness because their reaction would have been to scream right back, right? They would have reacted. You're not reacting. You're thinking about things in your mind, like you're thinking, I don't want to react, or I am just going to stay quiet. That's the decision you made there. And that's what, that's what you thought, but they're looking at it like you're an easy prey. You're just being quiet because you're weak. And that's how we are seen. That's how kind people that are, already living in the fifth dimension are being seen by third dimensionals. That, we're weak and we're a target because we no longer have our big egos getting in the way of things. All right, moving forward, I am seeing something here about, all right, today's a very important day, Aquarius, to use your intuition. And again, they're saying gain clarity on everything that comes your way today. All right. Use your intuition and get clarity before you react, because I'm seeing something here that could happen, but doesn't necessarily have to happen. And again, something's going on with Aquarius this week where I feel like your emotions might be high. All right. And, there might not be anything that is causing that, but you just may feel emotional. And in that case, most likely it is the energy. All right. So just know this, and, try to stay steady. I am seeing that this could cause a blow up, okay? A big blow up in your life, that, may cause a lot of damage. All right, so try to walk away if you're feeling angry. Try to remove yourself and such, okay? Spirit is saying a lot of you need a break, all right? You're looking like mentally just done, cooked, tired, feeling like you've been going uphill, trying to just done, cooked, if you get my drift, okay? This is for all of you. This is for all of you, especially if you're single, okay? I guess for single people, most of you are working extra hard because you have one income. So I'm seeing that, if you can take any kind of a break for yourself, if you have, I know the laws changed last year or 2 years ago, and I didn't really hear much about it, but a lot of us got some things for work that our bosses aren't telling us we have, okay? Because they don't want to pay it. But, a lot of you have paid sick days and paid personal days, okay? So I think you have like 5 sick days and 3 personal days or something like that, or something like for every 30 hours you work, you get another hour toward your sick time, something like that. So if you look into it, you might be able to take at least a 3-day weekend. All right, this is for those of you who are feeling just totally burnt out. You need this break. You're thinking about it. You're thinking about it a lot, just that you're shot out mentally, right? And I do see that this is going to be like something so refreshing for you. It's gonna, once you take this break, you don't realize how much you need it until after the fact that you have it. And when you go back to work, especially if you take like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, try to take 3 days in a row or even 4. You're gonna feel so immensely refreshed from that time that it's gonna be like unbelievable. Not what you thought. Yes, you thought it's gonna be good for you, but you're really gonna say, I needed that. All right, so for those of you who are feeling there's a bunch of you who want to get into something new career-wise, I feel, okay? Something, you're not happy at your job, or you're just not making enough doing what you're doing, and you're thinking about going back to school or getting into something, making more money. You're feeling very strongly about it, and I can understand why, all right? And I do see for some of you, you're going to do it, but you're going back in time to where something from many years ago, or at least 2 or 3 years back, you thought, at one time, I'll say you thought about doing this career-wise, what you're now thinking of doing, all right? And, for whatever reason, you didn't do it. You thought you'd be okay where you're at, but you're starting to realize that you're not happy with your situation, and, you still have some years to go in the workforce. So you're thinking along the line that you want to do something new for yourself, something that's going to make you feel more secure and it's going to bring in, it's going to be good for your money situation too. Okay, so I'm feeling like the very thing that you chose is going to be something good that is going to pan out for you financially. I'm seeing a lot of growth in this department that you're thinking of moving into. If you were asking in a reading, should I do this, Spirit? Is this, like in a yes or no? Spirit would be saying yes to this question right now. He is saying yes, or her, or they, or whoever Spirit is to you. All right. And I'm also seeing, yeah, there's just that overall feeling like it's not cutting it. It's just not enough. And you're tired of basically, throwing prayers out there, praying that, your next dollar will definitely come in, and you're praying that you will have enough to pay your bills for that week or months or something. So this is just going to be an answer really to your prayers and a positive move. Okay. It's also, some of you are starting to think about families. You're getting older and you're starting to think about, how am I going to, take care of a family on this, salary that I'm making right now in comparison to what the cost of things are. So really contemplating your future. All right. Here I'm seeing something about a decision. There's a lot of chaos around someone today. You're really wanting to get out of it. You're wanting to remove yourself from a chaotic storm. I heard like a chaos storm or something about a storm. Okay, just very chaotic situation, and you're looking at making some serious decision about it, because even though this situation seems to calm down after a bit, and then it builds up steam and it comes right back. So you're thinking of making a decision that is going to, give this some finality for you, bring you some peace, not just, some permanence to it, some kind of decision that is going to bring permanent peace. And you're juggling this right now. All right. And it also is connected to, yeah, you've had a lot of patience apparently with this. Yeah. And actually, you understand you're going to be persistent with this decision until this happens for you, because this is it, and you're going to do it come hell or high water. All right. So Knight of Wands, I'm seeing somebody coming in and whisking you away, like, what is that saying? Knocking you off your feet. It's an old saying. I'm showing my age, just that I'm referring to it. But yeah, somebody is going to come in and just be like a superstar to you in your eyes. You're just going to love everything about this person, the way they talk, the way they move. You may have met this person already, but the problem here is those of you who are already in cahoots with this person, already feeling this way, there is some sadness here, because it's not a done deal. And this is someone you want badly. You feel that this is your person and you're not going to give up. They are single, so which makes it even more intense for you, because this is someone above average in your eyes that you feel is really going to check off all the boxes for you, really bring in the happiness. Possibly, down the road, you're even thinking that you might end up with this person for life. Okay, so you're working on that. You're working on this person and trying to get them to see the light. All right, so I'm seeing arguing this week. Somebody is looking to move out. Moving out. I hear moving out. Okay, if this is you, please comment below the video, or if this is your scenario and you don't mind, you can comment and just say my person moved out, or I'm moving out. But I do see a lot of fighting here, arguing with this person, and also you're feeling ignored. So is your person, because you're at each other more than you talk, like more than you're on a friendly type of, yeah, the relationship is gone. You don't even talk calmly to each other, even like friends anymore. Everything is, it's gotten so bad for you. And I'm seeing a big upset for both of you, actually. Just nothing but upset, nothing but tears, and, not sleeping well at night. This is really, I feel like to an extent, this was over a while ago, but for various reasons, you needed to stay in the same dwelling together, and it caused a lot of friction, a lot of heat, a lot of distension, and yeah, it's finally, someone is finally leaving, it looks like. Okay, but it's not going to take long before you get some kind of you're going to get some kind of message from somebody. This is going to be through a phone call or a meeting, a chance meeting with someone, and you're going to be communicating with this partner or potential partner, okay? And even though the Lover's card isn't in this layout, I do see the potential here for a new start, a new beginning with this new person, okay? And I'm seeing that even though you have been feeling extremely burdened by some situation that you're in, and I don't know if this is just that you didn't like being alone or you just broke up with someone, but I do see that this person is going to be very generous to you, very giving and loving. So this might be something totally different than what you've experienced in a bit. All right, guys, I see you. Some of you. Wow, I can speak. Some of you are having your awakening right now. You're going through your spiritual awakening, and you're very excited and happy. You're knowing that you are having this spiritual awakening. You're getting all the signs. Okay, the signs might be that you're seeing, triple numbers, 222 everywhere. When you look at the clock, every time you look at the clock, is it 222? Is it 444? Is it, 111 or 1111? That is something you would be seeing a lot of if you're in the midst of your awakening or your vibration is being lifted. You've already done your awakening, but you're mastering your frequency by focusing on it and working on yourselves, okay? So a lot of you are becoming like, kings and queens at this, just really getting closer to everything you want in life, the abundance, getting closer to moving away from that feeling of, not being able to move forward, being stuck all the time, nothing's coming in, moving from that to abundance, okay? Self-reliant, self-assured, having your finances together. You have enough. You have enough so that you can feel secure. And yeah, I'm seeing in the center, this card is very spiritual, okay? This layout has a 5D feel to it, guys. I feel like some of us have already gotten one foot in the door. We're on our way. We're so close. We're so close to 5D, guys. All right, so what I wanted to talk to you guys about, I will talk to you now about. Hopefully, a lot of you might be still with me. All right, so we have some new things. You heard about the $1,000 if you're having a baby. That new child, I don't know if they put it in place just yet, but you can register. This is going to happen if it hasn't been, put in concrete yet. You can register your baby. I don't know how you go about doing that. You can look it up. You can research it. The government will put $1,000 in an account for your baby. And I think every year they add to it another 1,000, and you can add to it up to 5,000. So this is kind of like a growth. The money is being invested in the market. by the time your child is 18 years old, they can then take that money. I'm understanding even if you don't add to it, it could be somewhere around $100,000. That would be so good for your child, right? I think it goes back a couple years. So check this out, look into it. All right. The other side of that is we got some newer news that the working set, I think, I don't know exactly, don't quote me on this. I don't know how much, maybe, if you're making less than 100,000, but again, you have to look that up. But they're going to give the working class that, they're going to set you up like they do in Congress, where they're going to give you the $1,000 in the account, and you can add, you can contribute. Your boss can contribute if he would like. Okay, it's like a 401k, but I understand it's even better. All right, so these are positive things starting to happen. I believe these things are connected with, that N word. I'm going to spell it NESARA. Okay, this is something that's being talked about. It's already happening. It's not going to be a big announcement. These are some of the things that are part of that. Ending all the wars, which is happening before our eyes now. That's part of it, where we're finally going to be living in peace. What else? We have, from what I understand, I might have ran this past you guys, but on July 4th, or around July 4th, we're going to be hearing the announcement about the dividends. Now, the $2,000 dividend is not a stimulus check. Look up the word dividend. As soon as I saw it, when it first came out, I looked it up and I knew there was something special about it. It was a dividend. A dividend is like an interest that is coming to the investor of an account that is making money, right? And you get the monthly dividends, or you get the bi-monthly or the yearly, whatever it is. All right, so these dividends, all right, are coming from tariffs. And yes, we are paying into the tariffs somewhat. We do pay, it is costing us, but in the long run, there's going to be huge changes happening, all right, because we have these robots that are doing, they're already in place in a lot of companies. A lot of companies are having these huge layoffs. It's unfortunate, but it's also really good. I'm going to tell you why. All right, the robots are doing the work, so the companies using the robots are saving money. They are saving a lot. They don't have to pay salaries, so they're going to be taxed some type of tariff, right? And that tariff is coming back to us. Now, also, in the early stages, we heard about Elon Musk and him, finding all the fraud. That is still happening, all right? So if you go on the debt clock, you'll see a box that says, all the way on the bottom, look all the way on the bottom of the clock, and it'll say, I'll tell you what it says. It says, hold on, just give me a sec here. All right, if you go all the way to the bottom, it says recaptured assets. Recaptured assets applies to a law that was put in place that states that if you've done harm to the people, if you've done bad things to little ones, or anything treacherous, or you've worked against other people, your properties, your monies will be taken away. And that's what's happening. That's what those recaptured assets are. And they're going into a fund. They're going into a fund for we the people. Okay? Trying to remember the name of the fund. It was put in place, and it's called the, I can't think of it right now. So all the tariff monies and all these recaptured assets and all of these minerals, real estate stuff, our real estate, it's all, any monies that are being made from these things are going into this fund. and these are going to be given back to us in dividends. Okay, Alaska does a program where they are oil rich, so they've been doing this, I don't know how many years. They give their people, they take care of their people, they give them a dividend. I think it's yearly. Okay, I've told you guys about this before. This is eventually, I think, going to become a global thing. The wheels are turning. It's not all at once. It's not happening when you wake up one day like some of the gurus are explaining to you. You know, I didn't get this information from any gurus. Um, I did some deeper research, and I'm not going to say where or what, but this is the information that I can give you thus far. And I think we have a lot of things to look forward to when it comes to July. Okay. Also, if you're retired and you're getting those, the benefits from your property taxes, right? The property tax um, refunds, or whatever you want to call them, those benefits, you can go on. I don't know why I'm saying all this, but I think it's helpful to people. You can go on the state that you live in, go on that website, and if you have this on offer, your property tax refunds, or whatever they're calling them, you can fill out that form. I know in New Jersey we have a form we fill out, and there's 3 parts to these benefits. If you're paying property tax, you own your own home, and you basically, I get all mine back pretty much through this program. All right, so that is, a bunch of money's coming in from different areas, and even I thought it was going to happen all at once, and I see that it's not. It's happening in dribs and drabs, and that's how we're going to see it coming in. But it's something to look forward to, guys. Please try to look on the positive. Don't look at the demise of what you're seeing. Everything, it's a good thing that everything's being exposed, because that's how we're going to get the change. Okay, have a beautiful day.